Word of Avril's talent spread like wildfire through the New York music industry, all the way to Arista's new president, L.A. Reid. He had helped launch the careers of TLC, Usher, and Pink. Reid popped into the studio to see what people were fussing about and was blown away.
This is when I start to bite my nails.
He signed her immediately. Within months, Avril was teamed up with established songwriters from the New York area. But the studio sessions were frustrating for Avril. She was looking to communicate her strong emotions through her music, while the hired guns were looking to turn her into the next Britney Spears. Recording an album was a dream come true for the talented tomboy from Napanee, but Avril was conflicted about being turned into something she wasn't.
People try to mold artists and make them into something like pop stars and people that they're not.
Avril struggles to find her voice as the pressure mounts. And when her success spawns the inevitable backlash, it's almost too much for the young singer to bear.
It was hard to deal with at first, hearing some of the stuff that people were saying about me.
When Born to Be continues. With a combination of natural talent and a boost from a Canadian diva, the tomboy from Napanee had been catapulted into the big leagues of the music industry. Arista Records was eager to release her debut album and teamed her with the best songwriters in the biz. But the New York sessions were frustrating for Avril. The writers had ideas about what she should sound like, and the 16-year-old Spitfire was determined to find her own voice, no matter what others were telling her to do.
Right now I feel invisible to you.
In a few short years, Avril had graduated from fighting schoolyard bullies to fighting boardroom bullies, and she was doing it with her trademark fire.
I wasn't signed as a singer-songwriter, and I let them know that I wanted to write. I don't want to be singing someone else's lyrics. I want to sing what's mine.
In a bid to satisfy their demanding young protege, Arista sent Avril to Los Angeles to work with an emerging producing team called The Matrix. It was the perfect match.
What's up, boys?
Within weeks, Avril and The Matrix had produced a song that made both artist and record company very excited.
Life's like this.
So my first question is a biggie. I want to know why I had to go and make things so complicated?
I didn't make things complicated. Boys made things complicated. Life made things complicated.
I see the way you're acting like you're somebody else gets me frustrated.
It was a surefire hit, and the record company knew it. As a vote of confidence, Arista sunk over $1 million into the video, an unheard of sum for a freshman release.
It is a dream come true, for sure. It's what I've wanted ever since I was a little girl, and it's happening. So I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens.
By July of 2002, the madness had begun. The public reaction was shocking. Complicated went #1 for a record-breaking 11 straight weeks. And Avril's debut album sold millions of copies.
Things happen really fast. I had no idea it was going to be like this. Okay, this is the first time I've ever done this. It's the first time fans have ever been waiting for me. I'm kind of scared. Hey! Everyone's screaming my name for some crazy reason. Me.
Just like the days when she was the bullied girl in the schoolyard, Avril's fiery attitude set her apart from the crowd, and her young female fans loved it. They identified with a girl who wasn't afraid to be different.
This is me. I'm real, I'm not fake. My body parts are real and not fake.
She sings, she doesn't lip sync. She's like herself on stage.
I love her personality and her music inspires me.
Avril started a fashion revolution with her punky DIY style, and teenage girls adopted it as their own.
What would you say to someone who said you look like Avril Lavigne?
Oh my God, we get it all the time. I dyed my hair yesterday, so I wouldn't look like her anymore. I like the way she dresses.
This next song is called Nobody's Fool. It's about being yourself and sticking up for it.
I dress the way I would normally dress. Like when I go up on stage, I'm not going to get all up in a bikini and sparkles. I'm just going to wear what I'm wearing like right now. My mom made me dress up for church when I was little, and I'm not really into that anymore.
Do you like these shoes? They're so weird.
I am one of those melodramatic fools.
I was doing a photo shoot one time, and I was like, I'm not wearing that stuff. And the girl went around telling everyone that I was difficult. That's what you get. People call you a bitch sometimes when you're really strong-minded and strong-willed. Maybe I am.
Avril created a stir with every move, including when she called Hilary Duff a goody-goody and told Rolling Stone magazine she wasn't afraid of a barroom fist fight.
None of those guys mess with me.
But behind the scenes, the tough-as-nails 17-year-old was an emotionally complex young woman. Underneath her brash exterior was an overwhelmed teenager dealing with a rapid rise to fame.
There's moments where I'll be like driving in the car or something, and then I'll just like boom, it'll hit me, and I'll go, whoa, can't believe this all just happened.
It's such a funny life. Just lately there's been like all these award shows, and it's lots of red carpets and lots of talking to people with the microphone sticking in your face. I've been like in and out of like so many different countries lately. Like sometimes I can't remember where I am.
It's insane.
It's hard to keep myself sane sometimes with like all the craziness that's happening. I'll play a big show and like everyone's just like, Avril. And then it's like so exciting, you get so high off like, you know, adrenaline, off playing like a show and like all your fans and stuff, and then you go back to your hotel room and you're like alone. And it's like you say goodnight, I say goodnight to like my band, and I'm just like sitting there in my bed like,
And no one likes to be alone.
So how do you deal with the low moments?
I don't know how I deal with it, I just do.
With every positive review came an avalanche of scalding criticism.
We kind of got the tie thing from Avril Lavigne, but we don't like her.
Hardcore punk fans were unwilling to accept Avril's brand of youthful rebellion. Critics called the music an antiseptic form of punk poserdom and accused Avril of being a clueless record company puppet.
It was hard to deal with at first, like hearing some of the stuff that people were saying about me. It seems like for every person that likes you, there's like 10 that hate you. Whatever. There you go. He said that. He just screamed, Avril Lavigne sucks. There you go.
It doesn't really bother me. I don't really care.
Thanks, Cat!
Because you know what? I have my fans, and I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and I'm having success doing what I'm doing. So you just have to kind of like push that aside and just it.
Avril was negotiating her newfound fame, fending off critics and touring the world, all in front of millions of people. She turned to her bandmates to get through the tough times. Rumors began to circulate that she was dating someone from the band. Some said it was Evan. Some said Jesse. It was a lot for any young woman to handle.